and not be overemphasized. Investigations show that Udoji reform of 1974 and the 1988 civil service reforms were some of the bold steps undertaken in Nigeria to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the public service. In order to bridge the gaps that still exist, despite the reforms, President Goodluck Jonathan directed institutionalization of the performance management system in the public service in 2011 to motivate excellence, enhance productivity and accountability.
The institutionalization of performance management system in Nigeria public service is one major reform that the present administration wishes to leave as a legacy to this nation. On our part, we are determined and committed to its implementation.
The performance management reform has significantly improved efficiency in public service delivery and has enhanced good governance by introducing some sense of ownership and responsibility to deliver across the echelon of public service.
Other speakers at the workshop, including the chairman, Federal Civil Service Commission, Joan Ayo, and representative of the European Union, stressed that if the system is well managed, it will transform the public service in Nigeria. In Abuja, Kemi Fakeye, NTA News.
You are watching the news on NTA International, live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. We told you earlier that First Lady Dame Patience Jonathan, while canvassing for votes, has assured Nigerian women of better days, that better days await them if President Jonathan is re-elected for a second term in office. On more news coming ahead, you will hear that counterinsurgency operations in the northeast of Nigeria, codenamed Operation Zaman Lafia, undergoes review to consolidate on its successes. Executive Secretary National Health Insurance Scheme ready to support states to realize the universal health coverage goal. Counterinsurgency operations in the northeast, codenamed Operation Zaman Lafia, is undergoing a review to consolidate on its recent achievements towards attaining logical conclusion of the campaign. This is at the 2015 First Quarter Chief of Army Staff Conference holding in Abuja. Defense correspondent Mohammed Abdul Qadir reports.
The Nigerian Army 20 Years Development Plan is engaging the attention of the participants at the conference.
This conference, therefore, offers us the opportunity to re-strategize in order to speedily return the affected areas to normalcy.
Other issues before them, shaped by the contemporary global, regional, and national security architecture, include operational, logistic, and administrative matters.
The Nigerian Army has in recent weeks turned the tide of operations in the northeast in favor of the Nigerian states.
On the role of the Nigerian Army in the 2015 election, the Chief of Army Staff explains.
Is what we are taxed. INEC provisions are clear. The federal government directs the armed forces to act. Whatever we are directed, we execute.
The conference ends on Wednesday this week.
Participants at the 2015 First Quarter Chief of Army Staff Conference are expected to take far-reaching decisions that will take the service to a higher pedestal to deliver more robustly on its constitutional and assigned responsibility. From the Army Headquarters Command Officers Mess, Abuja, Muhammad Abdul Qadir, NTA News.
The news continues in just a moment.
Really means? Do you want to see your country like this? Do you want to see our children like this? This is not the dream of our founding fathers. Or do you want to see your country like this? Do you want to see your children like this? This is the dream. Nigeria is not a tribe. Nigeria is not a religion. Nigeria is not a political party. Nigeria is you. Elections will come and go. Nigeria will remain. You decide.
It's up to us, all of us. The safety of our communities is in our hands. The police need our help and support. Boko Haram threatens our lives, our future, our country. But Nigeria belongs to us. God has blessed us with this rich land. Let us protect her as we protect each other. Report any criminal activity. Call these numbers. Your call is anonymous, and it is vitally important. Your support so far has been critical. Continuing it will make all the difference between a Nigeria of the fearful and a Nigeria of the free. Protect each other, for we are not terrorists. We are Nigerians. A message from the State Security Service. It's up to us.
Welcome back. The newly elected president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Ayuba Waba, has promised to redeem the image of the body by reaching out to all aggrieved members of the union who were not satisfied with the outcome of the election that produced him as NLC president. He stated this when he had resumed office at the NLC headquarters in Abuja. Correspondent Emmanuel Aimiro reports.
Welcome into office by the secretarial staff of the Nigerian Labour Congress, the new president, while briefing the media on his agenda, said the new NLC will be run on best principles anchored on the promotion of industrial relations, while also instituting a process of reconciliation to bring back the union on track.
We'll approach the issues with open mind to see to it that we're able to move forward.
On the NLC Christian Lally housing scam, Comrade Waba assures speedy intervention to pay back housing subscribers.
We have made promise to Nigerian workers that have subscribed into the Christian Lally housing project that on no account should any worker lose his contribution. We want the court to give order to the signatories of the NLC to refund everybody through a transparent process of e-payment.
Meanwhile, members of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, led by their national executive, paid a courtesy call on Comrade Waba to pledge their support to the new leadership of the NLC. In Abuja, Emmanuel Ayemiro, NTA News.
Moving on, the Executive Secretary of the National Health Insurance Scheme, Dr. Femi Thomas, says the body is always ready to accord states the necessary support to bring Nigeria closer to the realization of the universal health coverage goal. Dr. Femi Thomas emphasized this at a stakeholders consultative forum on states' health insurance scheme held in Abuja. Taiwo Dugbeso has details.
The National Health Insurance Scheme has been in the forefront of ensuring that every Nigerian is guaranteed easy access to quality and affordable health care since its commencement in 2015. Since its commencement in 2005. Realizing that state governments are major stakeholders in the health insurance system and must be engaged to efficiently perform their roles in the healthcare system, this interactive forum is involving participants from the states. The Executive Secretary of the NHIS, Dr. Femi Thomas, says it aims at a total shift from how NHIS had previously conducted the business of health insurance in Nigeria.
They are supposed to go back home with a template of a draft law, a template which they will now go on to present as executive bills to their states houses of assembly, and then they can enact necessary laws to have their health insurance agencies and make the law in such a way that health insurance will be mandatory for all Nigerians.
With the presentation of a conceptual framework for states' health insurance scheme, the output of the technical working group will be subjected to a wider consultation and enrichment with a view to producing a guideline with a wide acceptance and ownership. It is believed that such outputs will provide inputs towards the amendment of the NHIS Act for effective pursuit of the universal health coverage. The NHIS has also developed the Tertiary Institution and Community-Based Social Health Insurance Program, where it is now mandatory for universities, colleges of education and polytechnics to enroll students in the program. Taiwo Odugbeson, NTA News.
Up next is Sports Update with Kene Mabodike.
The Dolphins Football Club walkover saga in Tunis by the Club Africain has continued to generate reactions from different quarters. While the club management believe the host deliberately schemed them out of the CAF Confederation Cup, some say that this kind of situation should not have happened in the first place. The club arrived Tunis at 1 p.m., but checks at the airport took over 2 hours, which led to their late arrival at the stadium at 4 p.m., only to be walked over.
This is a disgrace. It's time that we must take up things seriously. The NFF should come heavily on these clubs. If you are not ready to represent Nigeria, back out. Because ordinarily, as a club, you need to put everything in place.
You already knew since last year that you'll be representing Nigeria in CAF Confederation Cup. You should plan ahead. Know everything that you need to. When are you leaving? When will the team leave? When will they get to Tunis? When will they get to the stadium? How can you get to a country by 1? On that day of the match?
Nigeria's Flying Eagles will battle Ghana in Wednesday's African Youth Championship semi-final after the Black Satellite finished runners-up in Group B. Ghana lost 0-1 to Mali in final Group B match on Sunday to finish on 6 points, while Mali posted a perfect 9 points to win the group and will battle host Senegal in the other semi-final on Thursday. The Flying Eagles will be confident going into Wednesday's semi-final, having beaten the Black Satellite in a warm-up match in Tema last month. Jordan Spieth and his world-class short game came up big in a playoff victory on Sunday at the Valspar Championship in Palm Harbor, United States of America. Spieth birdied the third playoff hole to defeat Sean O'Haye and Patrick Reed with a final round 69 and a 10-under performance on the difficult Innisbrook Resort Copper course. With Sports Update, Kene Mabodike, NTA News.
And that's the news at 7. Thanks for being there.